It's the JaeTae Show. It's the JaeTae Show. It's the JaeTae Show. It's the JaeTae Show.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to the JaeTae Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the JaeTae Show.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are so grateful to be here. It has been a long week, a productive, fruitful week, but you know what? It's also been a very challenging week. So that's kind of what we want to talk about, some highs and lows. Shantae, you want to greet the people in a way, what you got to say?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the JaeTae Show.
And you already done that. I'm talking about it. Oh,
Okay.
sweet Jesus. Okay, welcome to the JaeTae Show, y'all.
Yeah, last week was our last week, so we are winging it this week. And then hopefully we'll be back with a new book soon. That's it.
Oh, that's it? Okay, well, this past week, there was so much going on. And we asked God to order our steps, and we believe that the steps of a good man are ordered by God. But oftentimes, there are places that we want or think that our feet would be better suited treading at a certain time, places that we think we should be, or things that we should think we should be doing. And sometimes God wants you exactly where you are. And I experienced that this week. As you all know, we did have our fundraisers. We successfully completed 3 of our 4 fundraisers. And I wholeheartedly believe they were successful. I am grateful. I do want to say thank you to everyone who supported. You always think that there are so many more people that you know and who could do and all those kind of things, but I have learned to be grateful for those who do. I want to shout out Sheila Holmes, who won our 50-50 fundraiser. We've had 3 50-50 fundraisers, and so she is our 3rd winner. Shantae hosted. We still gonna get these to them, and so we have them. You can't see it. Oh, no, you can't see it. Okay, well, we have our lottery ticket raffle that we hosted, and we had 2 winners, Mrs. Angela Wooten and Miss Anesia McClure. Congratulations, ladies. And we're hoping that out of those $50 worth of tickets for both of you, there's some winning tickets in the mix, okay? And so it was a great weekend. And then, of course, we sold 3 pans of J-Bass spaghetti. That was such a blessing in our fundraising. And so again, y'all, it was just such a successful day. So when I say the highs and lows, or the challenges and being where you're supposed to be, I booked a flight because I wasn't planning on going to a convention that I had been a part of for years. And maybe my reasoning was something that many people don't agree with, but there are things that I just don't like. And so out of my just not wanting to deal with that, I don't want to, if I can't have the right attitude, I don't want to even deal with it. And so in making that decision, later on down the line, I discovered the group of brothers that I sing with when I'm at convention. It was our 50th anniversary, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm missing that, you know? And so I made plans to go and to support them, at least in the concert. One day, turn around and come right on back. I ran it by Tay, and she said, that's the day of the fundraisers. I had to call Southwest, make sure that I have everything as a credit. So I have a credit with them now, because the fundraising is for something that, even though I love my brothers, it's going toward a purpose that is something to do with my actual life's dream. I would just be going there to sit and to support, but I would be serving and working here for a purpose. And I've been able to pay the studio some extra money, add to the credit balance that I already have there. Pay my transcriber some more money, you know, pay for another song, and plan on doing the same thing next week. It's adding to both of them, because once you cash out, you know, then you're able to use those funds. And so the amount of money we have, I'm able to do something for both of them again. And so that is a result of these fundraisers. And so I am so grateful. I am so grateful to God for what he has done, the doors he is opening. And not only was it the GMWA convention, but there was UMAC convention. And I registered for this particular convention to go and to be a part for the first time. And what I knew and have heard since the inception, but I knew it because of our youth services at GMWA, that God's presence was going to meet you there, that he would be present. And I looked forward to that. However, part of this season too, and I've already shared these things on Facebook, but we're talking about it today as far as just kind of being directed, that I don't want to go to these events anymore and just sit in the room. There are some places that may be okay. You know, if I go to the Potter's House or something like that, actual service, I guess. But as far as conventions and traveling and hotel rooms and all of that, I just, for days right now, that's just not in the financial or even mental cards, unless it is that God just truly orders it and it comes together. But anyway, then next week is the NCGCC, and let me go back to UMAC. I submitted music, none of it was selected. And so, you know, then I knew I would not be able to go to the convention, because why pay the hotel room and all of that, the airfare, transfer, dialysis, all of that, just to go sit in the room. And you know, certain aspects of it, I think needed to happen as well to illuminate me, because I absolutely believe in communication, and I communicated multiple times, and I haven't heard anything. And you know, you just need to see those things. It doesn't change anything, but I needed to see that, maybe because where God is taking me, I need to make sure that if I see something, I say something. But with NCGCC, there was what seems to me a mix-up. I should have identified. I was thinking any choir can have any one of these songs out of the 3 choirs that I've selected have them go to. And that wasn't good enough. I should have said, okay, well, this song for this choir, this song for that choir, this song for that choir, that might have given me a better chance of having a song selected. And so no song was selected. And I'm not bothered by it because they selected one last year and it was such an amazing experience. But it did direct my steps. It redirected my steps. I'd already registered. I was ready to go, planning to do my dialysis change so that I can be there. And I've never been to Philadelphia, but that's not where God wants me to be. And the songs not being chosen to me were the redirection that you need to be at home. And the blessings mentally and spiritually, the revival I felt mentally and spiritually, I mean, I'm sure some things would have happened while I'm out traveling, but I also see that or know what happened with me being at home. And I feel like God met me right here at home in ways that we couldn't have communed if I was out on the road. And then to think of the days that I felt really bad, I just think, what if I'm out of the city and out of town and I'm feeling like this? And, Shantae or Tay will tell you that, man, I was pressing in spite of. I'm not feeling. God knows, you know what I'm saying. When you have experienced this type of weight loss and you're dealing with your fluids being drained out of your body, it weakens you, and you're trying to move forward and keep going, and your body's saying, "Go lay down." It's a I want to do, but what is that? It's a scripture. When I would do good, even as always present, but that ain't, that's it. But I'm just thinking about my flesh is just, it's like, it's heavy. It's at war with the great spiritual things that are going on. And so it's like God, home, or these other things. And God said home. And we've got to be okay with that. And so, those are my contributions to the JaeTae show today. Things that I just wanted to thank God for. We had an amazing week last week. And I'm just glad to know it's a lot of stuff going on in this season that we could be attending and doing. But right now, God says, focus, focus. Now I'm opening the door for you to get this music done. Focus. And so the privilege to refocus is an honor.
That's what you're going with. Are you done?
Yeah, I've been trying to get to saying that my part is over. Yeah.
I mean, normally you give me a question or something. I mean, you just.
I guess I should have passed it on, huh?
Yeah. Sure. Gotta start with what to say.
Well, out of all that was just said, what are your thoughts?
I think I'll start with the spaghetti. We like, I mean, when I hear spaghetti, I hear noodles and sauce. Okay, because that's what I eat. When you're talking about JaeTae spaghetti,
Oh my gosh.
you're talking about red, yellow, green, orange, bell pepper in each pan, a whole onion in each pan, sausage, chicken, hamburger.
Don't give them all my ingredients.
Okay, well, they see the bell peppers, and I'm sure y'all see the sausage and the chicken. But it's a lot that goes into it, a lot of prepping and a lot of work. And we stayed up till 1 a.m. the night before prepping, and then got up the next day and got right to work. Well, I went to school and then Jay got right to work. And we were going until like 7 o'clock at night before we both finally sat down. And Jay was like, "Oh, let's keep
early
going."
that morning.
Jay was like, "Oh, they call at 9 o'clock. We're gonna make spaghetti." I'm thinking, "Lord Jesus, aren't you tired?" But even though he didn't feel good, he still wanted to, meet his goal because he knows that it's for a better purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, no money goes in his pocket. Like,
we spend money.
Right. Like,
and I said I was gonna get my money back, and now it has become just an investment.
So because
a seed.
Well, yeah, a seed, but it also dips into personal money because as fundraisers and stuff goes on, personal things, it takes gas to go to the store. Like, even though you're selling spaghetti for $15, you still have seasonings and, stuff to buy to put in it. So those things have to be bought. So luckily, he does it as an investment, because if not, he wouldn't make no money, because it'll just go all right into purchasing ingredients and different things like that. So, people don't realize the cost that it takes to do things, to put things together and to plan and prepare. Like, it takes time, effort, money, and physical strength to do it. It's just, and to think, I think I've known Jay, I guess, since 2014 now. I think he's went to GMWA every year, and for him not to go this year and, to sacrifice to stay back for the spaghetti supper, God rewards faithfulness. He didn't meet the 40 plate goal, but God still, met a goal that he didn't have before. So, yeah.
And I was thinking I need to count that up when you said that, because it almost seems as if, in some ways, when I look at it now, the amount of money that I do spend in purchasing the food, with what you spent at Sam's, and then what we spent at Walmart, what you spent with my card. I've spent probably right around $300 getting food, $250 to $300 getting food. And if we only sold 3 pans, that's $450. So then what you only get $150, maybe $150, $200 profit. And I guess it's worth it. But it just kind of almost seems like, well, I should have just put that $300 toward the studio myself, But I guess that, it's a way to look at it. But if you get these things and it does not work out completely, the 4 pans aren't sold, then it just kind of makes you wonder, was it worth it? And I will be honest that for me, even feeling as bad as I felt, just the joy that the people who had the spaghetti, that I saw on their faces, and the posts and the responses and things, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it to see the fellowship. It was worth it to see the people who were coming by to pick up their food, the hugs and all that stuff. That was just a blessing. And so if I hadn't made but a $10 profit, I think that the fellowship would have been worth it. Now, all that work, because when JaeTae says that it's a lot of work that goes into it, it's a lot of back and forth. Oh my gosh, the lifting of those pans, because that it's got some weight on it. Oh my goodness. But Yeah, it really turned out amazing, and we just give God praise and give him glory. Well, JaeTae, what we have the conference coming up. We haven't talked about the conference. Hey, talk about the conference. The shattered the cost of a yes conference.
What's the date again?
August 18th.
August 17th.
August 17th.
So I was trying to think of the date. August 17th at 10 a.m. We are hosting Shatter the Cost of a Yes. Registration is open. Has anybody registered yet?
Not one person.
And that's weird because I had a few people say that they were going to register.
Oh.
Did it. But anyway, we are combining two conferences. And this conference is a little bit different because most of the time when you're at church, I guess Bible study and Sunday school, you can kind of raise your hands and ask questions, but not doing church. Or, you go to a conference and like I said this last week, you walk away and you may have questions, or you may want to talk to, someone and there's no one to talk to and different things like that. But luckily at Shatter the Cost of a Yes, it's not like that. We are doing panel style, so you'll be able to interact and talk to the panelists, and panelists will be able to talk to you. You'll walk away with tools and different things you need like that to go on for the next journey in your life. Registration is open. It's $20 for regular registration and $40 if you want a t-shirt with your registration. It'll have a cute logo on it. So listen, this is already the end of July. Today is July 21st. So don't miss your opportunity because registration ends August 10th. That is less than a month away. Don't miss
the conference is less than a month away.
Don't miss your opportunity, y'all. Like, it's just, I don't think people realize like what does it mean, shatter the cost of meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not realizing the benefit that you're going to. You may not even know that you're feeling shattered. You know what I'm saying? That realizing that saying yes to God has had you feeling shattered. Does that make sense? That saying yes, you felt shattered. How do I say that? That your cost has shattered.
Okay, maybe that it is that as a result of that you're feeling shattered, but you don't realize that it's a cost of your yes.
Yeah, you feel okay.
Okay, honey, because you've been confused.
Yeah, like I don't think we really, you know what I'm saying, because we just kind of go about the motions, you know what I'm saying, and don't really take the time to work on those shattered pieces. But I think, to me, I think enough is enough. There's so much going on in the world where, people are dying daily, things are happening, and now is the time to get what you need. There's no need to walk around with their resources, you know what I'm saying? And people are trying to at least get the resources. And we've always said if the conference don't help nobody else, we always know that we're gonna walk away with something. You know what I'm saying? Because we feel shattered as a result of saying yes. You know what I'm saying? So that's shattered.
And the thing is, when you felt that way, that you do have compassion for others who are serving as well, and who have made a commitment to Christ. Because what we do know is that this is a suffering way. Every day we're going to have to pick up our cross, and sometimes that carrying that cross can be shattering, especially thinking about some of the things that we deal with. You consider the human scenarios and situations that we find ourselves in. It can be so detrimental and devastating, the trauma that you experience. And sometimes you don't have the support or the tools to help you through those things. But God has a way. He has a way of sending the support and help you need. And this conference is a way of doing that. It really got my attention that God was able to make the time that all 9, we have 8 panelists, we have our keynote speaker, 9 of our guests are able to be there in one place at one time, plus us. And so it should, plus you, because all of us are coming to strengthen one another. Each of us have a testimony of what we've been through, what we survived, because I'm sure a resounding testimony would be that sometimes it looked like some of the things that we were dealing with were going to be so final and so devastating, but then God brought us through in a way that we're looking back like, oh, I know it happened, but I don't see any smoke from it. I don't see any residue. I don't even see the scars. And so, that really speaks volumes of what the Lord can do. And so somebody needs to hear that. And maybe somebody will have some steps and some tools to help us in that process of being restored, because there are some things that you need to do while you're feeling shattered. A lot of times that's when we want to back up, we want to pull back, but that's when you need to press in. That's my belief. Don't stop going to church. Don't stop going to your Sunday school and Bible study and prayer meeting. That's when you engage in those things, when you know that you need the Lord, and make sure that your focus is not on the people, but it's on getting what you need from God and meeting him and being restored, because he's the only one who can do it. That's why we draw nigh unto him, because he's the only one that can bring us back and put us back together again. And so that was JaeTae's theme or part of the title when she hosted the Shattered Conference was Shattered, put me back together again. Lord, put me, and he's the only one who can do it. So
I think that we don't, because you said it's just the time to not draw back, but we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the tools, or we don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
sometimes life can really just beat you up. So
that's why I was saying that's what we shouldn't do. But I'm saying that because that's what we tend to do.
But it's, you said iron sharpens iron. But there are times in life where I'm just gonna speak for me, where you could be going through something and where your help can come from. Your help is coming from the Lord, but then obviously you also got that thing on your shoulder saying, don't do it, don't go. But when you have conferences, when God put things on, like he did in us, to host things like that is to help you for when those times, because those times are going to continue to come. You're probably saying, I'm not feeling shattered right now. I guarantee you have been before. I guarantee you will be in the future. So you can come and get the tools that you need for when that time comes, because it's going to come.
And I do want to say this as far as the registration. I don't want it to hinder anyone from coming, because I do know there are times that you just don't have it. But if you can help us, that is a seed you're sowing, because we do have to give the church we have to pay the church to be there. And, t-shirts and things that we want to do. And so to make the conference nice and to ensure that we have the location secured, it takes funds. And it's our heart to see people blessed. And that doesn't necessarily mean that God gave us the funds to say we can finance this. But if we all come together and each person bring $20, well, then the vision is supported and we don't have any problem. And so, I've heard people say, well, you hosting something, you need to be able to foot the bill. And I just don't know that that's always the case, just because this is a community thing. Now, if it was Shantae and I were trying to make some money off of it, and that's our aim and our goal, well, then, yeah, we're charging and you got to pay to get in here and all this kind of stuff. But that is not our heart. Our heart is all about thinking about those of us who are serving in ministry week after week. And a lot of us in the kingdom, because we're not restricted to one church. Wherever we're called, we go to serve and to do. And so in that, you have a lot of ways that you can be torn down, things that happen over that time, things that you see, things that you hear, that you witness, that can be devastating. And next thing you know, you're operating, but you've lost your passion, you've lost your drive, because it's just so much that is weighed down on you, and you don't even realize that you may even have been praying, but your cares have not really been cast on him, so that he can bear those burdens, and you've been crushed underneath all of it. You're just, God, I don't have any more to give. And it's sad that we get to that place, but there are times that we just get there. And see, those are the times that we need this kind of support and these kind of conferences to say, you're not alone, and that we're here to support you and help you through this. And the thing that will be so important for me is the prayer that we pray, and the prayers that go up while we are before we get started. I plan to have a prayer meeting, and then of course at 10 o'clock we're opening with prayer. And so it'll be a continual prayer and praise, and just trusting God and believing him, that nobody who comes will leave the same way we came. None of us, not one of us, that each one of us will be stronger for the journey ahead, that we will feel put back together again, or we'll feel like we have the tools, or we'll feel like we have the strength to get up again. Whatever it is that the individual needs for the next part of their journey, that we will have it. We will have access to whatever that looks like. We'll leave feeling better about life and moving forward in ministry. That is my wholehearted belief. And I'm looking forward to the testimonies already. I'm looking forward to testifying already. So, okay, Shantae, any more final words?
We have 3 fundraisers complete, but JBM Keys fundraiser is still going on. It's actually getting pretty full.
Yeah, I don't know about pretty full.
Well, it's moved. Yeah. I don't know what key
but
for the longest we was just at G. Now we've moved. So we've gone up and we've gone down. So it's on the move. J-Bass Ministry Keys, all you have to do is Zelle or Cash App J-Bass Ministry $20, and then your name will be added to a key. And then once the key is completely full, J-Bass will frame it, and then you'll be added to his Angels group for everyone that has supported J-Bass Ministry. So please continue to support.
And you know what? A lot of people last week, or let me not say a lot of people, several people they supported with donations, and that was just so amazing, to experience that. And so they were giving keys. Instead of just accepting a donation, since I know that we do have to fill up our keys, I use their 20s and what have you as donations. And so we want to say thank you again to each of you who have supported the fundraisers, and just look forward to what God is going to do with this music, with this next season of life, as we continue to press forward for his glory. We're still here for his glory. That's what we're here for. And so I want to make the most of it. I was telling Tay about something that I heard at a funeral today, and these will be my closing words. Is he was a police officer, and he was speaking to a fellow police officer who was a traffic fatality incident officer, an investigator. And he said in the cars, they would often find lists that people made of things they needed to take care of, their to-do list for the day. And while they may have marked off a few things, there were still things on the list that they hadn't got to do. And of course, since it was a fatality, they would never get to do. And a lot of times we leave home, or we get up, or we make plans, and we have every intention of carrying it out, but we do not know when our final moment will be. And it's amazing that you can be just as healthy, up, smiling and jumping around, and just fall dead. And that's life. That is just a possibility of life. And so we always want to be ready, but we also, it makes me want to stack my list, make sure I have things that I'm working toward, so that I can mark off as much as I can while I have time, because I do want to hear thy good and faithful servant, that I have been faithfully serving and faithfully giving God all of the glory. And so God bless you all. Thank you so much for tuning into the JaeTae Show. Shantae, any final words?
Yes, I do. Monday at 7:30 p.m. I need to do that today too. We will be relaunching Missing Pieces support group. Many of you do not know what Missing Pieces is. Missing Pieces is, but it is a support group for everyone. I'm sure everyone has a missing piece. I was talking to someone today. I was like, you should join the call. And I was like, what am I joining the call for? I was like, do you have any missing pieces in your life? Well, I don't have a rib. I was like, you don't have a rib. That's your missing piece. Come on to the call. But it's deeper than that. Like, there are some people that really have some things that they've been dealing with from childhood or different things like that. So Monday will be a is that the right word? Strategy meeting where we will all come together and figure out what's the best thing to do for each of us. Because your missing piece is not my missing piece, but there is someone that may have a missing piece like yours. So that's the way to make a connection. So join us Monday at 7:30.
All right. God bless you all. I am filling in the JBM Keys fundraiser. We are from E to C. Let's see. This is E. Oh, I'm trying to see that. We started at C4, and now we're down to E3, and we're up to C5.
So we're on the move. All 88 keys need to be filled.
Got a long way to go, but thank God the middle is filling up. All right, holla, y'all.
It's the JaeTae Show.